Okay, testing the mic. How is my audio? Let's write that in. How is please and thank you. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Today's the fifth session of this graphite pencil portrait, and we're gonna tackle the jaw area, possibly some of the cheeks, maybe work our way up towards the bridge of the nose. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm only gonna be on here for 2 hours, and I hope you guys enjoy the vibe, enjoy the music. And let's rock out. We're not going to be doing no pop the balloon today. It's I couldn't focus yesterday, so we'll save that for another day when I have a lot of energy. Right now, the missus is making me some coffee. I'm loving it, and I can smell it. Let's rock and roll. a new desk came. Got this Vari desk where it goes up and down and it reclines, and it's just so much more convenient. Oh, Versa desk, my bad. Thank you, baby. I keep saying Vari. It's not the Vari desk, it's the Versa desk. What's the Versa? Oh, the Versa is the high-end desk? So Vari's like the not so high-end? Well, they could have did better with the instructions. Right or wrong? The instructions was crazy. Huh? Thank you. Yeah, it's a nice vibe. It's a nice, cool, easy, mellow type of chill vibe. You know what I mean? Especially when you can just sit back and enjoy, watch the process. You know, camera angle for the top view is on an angle, so it's kind of distorting the face. Just wanted to let you guys know that. But when the table is flat, you'll get to see it in its real perspective. I keep getting these copyrights, but it's not a strike towards the account, and I don't know if if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It says that YouTube is the owner allows it to be used on YouTube, so I'm just using it. I know it's kind of frowned upon to have music in the live, I guess, if you don't own it, but it's just a chill vibe, man. Relaxing. Did I tell you I have the best wife in the world known to man? That was too much? That was too much? Say what? What are you talking about? I'm always nice. It's when I'm working, when I'm like, you know, when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. You know, when I'm locked in, baby, I can't be distracted. No, no, not at all. You don't want me to say nice things? I won't say nice things. I'll just sit here silent. Oh yeah? Music to your ears? I gotta be careful what I say on here. I don't want anything to be held against me. Basically, what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just supplying
Kevin, where are you? Kevin!
layer after layer after. We don't need to hear that. Layer after layer after layer just to darken up the area. Try to keep it as smooth as possible, this area, because it's all gonna blend in. It's all gonna make sense once it's done. Thank you. Yesterday, I was playing Pop the Balloon. You know, depending on what some of these women say, they just get me angry. So I can't be watching stuff that makes me angry. Well, not angry, but annoyed, you know, from the stupidity. Oh, yes. Nice. This is fantastic. Oh, cinnamon. This right here is Bustelo. That's what we drink. I typically drink it black, but I decided to treat myself with a little bit of half and half, some cinnamon. Whipped cream would have been nice too, the sugar-free. That'd have been great. I gotta get it tomorrow, for sure. Just so that way we could have a mountain and we can show them. Don't get carried away. She asked me if I wanted a croissant. Come on. I'm trying to watch my calories, baby. It's 8 o'clock at night. I got one more meal left. Damn. Yeah, what's on the menu today? Salmon. Broiled salmon. Broiled salmon, a little bit of spinach. Are we having spinach today or no? spinach, mushrooms. Yeah, I'm starting the routine early this year, and I'm not waiting until January. You know, I'm just not doing it. I was talking to my good friend, lives out in Brooklyn, owns a couple of gyms out there, and I was basically telling him like my diet might have been a little bit off, or maybe I've been dieting. I was dieting a bit too much for too long, and I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling good at all. Like, I had no energy. Like, I went down from, well, for those of you, like, obviously, the people who may watch this later on, I'm not sure who's in the chat or whatever, but the people who may watch this later on, you'll probably get to know that I'm an avid gym rat. I love to train. I've been training practically my entire life, but I took off for about 10 years and I got lazy. I was going through some shit and decided not to train anymore, you know. But I finally bounced back, picked it back up, and I went from 200 pounds all the way down to 148 pounds. When I was 50 years old, when I turned 50, I went down to 148 pounds. And so I decided to get back, but I haven't really budged. I've been this weight. I've been anywhere from like 147 during the summer to, I would say, 159 to 162 in the winter. So it's a little bit, maybe a little over a 10 or 12 pound gain, you know, for the winter months. But I just realized like staying that low and trying to train as hard as you can, and it's just not going to happen. Like from 200 pounds to 150, I literally lost half my strength, and it was a mess. Half my strength, but I needed to do that because I had so much fat, you know, so much fat on me. No good. No bueno, man. So yeah, I lost all that weight, and I was under the impression that, you know, maybe my metabolism would get used to being at this weight, you know, around 155 to like 160, but it's just no good. It wasn't good for me. So it's time to step it up. I'll be 53 this year. Wow. I'm getting old. Jesus. I'll be 53 this year, so I'm still trying to maintain everything I have, and still trying to maintain my strength as much as possible. Only way to do that is to obviously be consistent, eat right. My problem, I believe my problem was, and the reason why I wasn't feeling well, is because I lowered my protein intake. I know. For those of you that train are probably like, why would you do that? And it was because I was under the impression, after watching a few podcasts, maybe I was misled, that as an older man, I guess, you don't really need, I'm sorry. There was one podcast that said that you actually need a bit more I guess because your metabolism doesn't really process the proteins as efficiently as how they used to when you were in your 20s. I get it. But where I made a wrong turn was I was watching someone else, and someone else was saying in a scientific way, very believable, that your body can't digest that much protein. 200 grams of protein, let's just say. So I should have been consuming about 1.5 grams per body pound. When I dropped down to 147 pounds, I should have upped it a little bit instead of going down, with the weight. I don't know. Needless to say, I'm changing it up. Start adding more protein, more fats, more vegetables, obviously. I'm not a big sugar guy, so not really into sweets or anything like that, but it's important, man. It's important to stay healthy. When I was 200 pounds, it was a disaster. Like, when I was 200 pounds, man, I felt like crap. When I tell you, my legs were just shot. My knees were shot. Aches. I felt like, I was like, is this it? Is this what happens after 50? Like, is this life? Yeah. No good. So what was I saying? It's important, man. It's important when you reach, I'm not even gonna say middle age. I mean, when you're 50 years old, I mean, the average person lives to about what, 73? The average male. I'm way past middle age. I'm in my last third of life. So you want to try to, maintain as much strength and vitality as possible, man. Partly one of the reasons why also, like, I started drawing again, because talk about this being a stress reliever. Like, oh my God, this is like, after this, I'm ready for bed. I'm so calm. I'm so cool. Like, I'm just like, yeah, all right, let's go. Let's go to bed.
the team.
Kevin?
I'll put it on my Chase Freedom Unlimited card. And I'm a cash back on a few other things, too. Starting with the sound system.
So for those that do train and work out, I can definitely tell you what my diet looks like. Maybe that'll help give you guys a little bit of insight on how I get lean. You can check out my past workout videos. You see, I was pretty lean over the summer when my daughter was born, and then that's when I kind of just slacked off. But prior to her being born, I was 147 pounds, pretty lean. So the meal is the meals are very basic. You hear it all the time, right? Protein, fats, carbs. They're all important. They're all super important. And if you're not careful and you're trying to like just eliminate all fats, you're going to destroy your metabolism. If you eliminate all carbs, you're going to destroy your metabolism. It's like literally impossible for you to live that life like, oh, I'm not going to eat any carbs. I'm not going to eat any fat. I'm not going to eat any sugar. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. You got to have, honestly, you got to have like a little bit of everything. And it's all got to balance out kind of like this. So the first thing you want to do is prioritize your protein, right? I mean, that's first things first. Prioritize the protein. Definitely get a minimum of 1 gram of protein per body pound. A minimum of 1 gram of protein per body pound, especially if you are dieting, like you're coming down in weight hard, like you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. So 1 gram of protein minimum per body pound. And afterwards, you're gonna prioritize your fat. So for me, at my height and weight, I try not to get 30 grams of fat, over 30 grams of fat a day. I'll try to limit it to 30 grams of fat, and that's it. The rest, carbohydrates and sugars, mainly carbohydrates. Like I said, I don't really eat sweets or anything like that. You know, sugary stuff like that. I'm not into cakes and cookies and all that stuff. My thing is bread. I love bread. So carbohydrates is the thing. And like I said, proteins first, proteins first, fats, and then your carbs. And it's got to go based off of, you know, your individual goals. Like, what are your goals? If your goal is to lose weight, then, you know, you got to do the math. Like, the quick way to do it is to multiply your weight by, if you're a smaller individual, meaning smaller in height, let's just say you're under 5'9", male, under 5'9", or female, you're under 5'4", let's just say, and you're trying to lose weight, multiply your weight and times that by the number 13. And that'll give you more or less the amount of calories that you need to consume every single day, right? So when you do that, right, you multiply your weight. Let's just say it'll give you 1,500 calories. In order to lose weight, in order to drop weight, you got to deduct from that 1,500 calories. So if you want to do, 500 calorie, let's just say a 500 calorie deduction, You can do that two ways. You can limit the food you eat, deduct 500 calories, which I don't suggest you do. I suggest you burn it off via cardio. Because eating 1,000 calories a day is crazy. It's a crazy idea. You're gonna crash and burn. So do more cardio, count your steps. And make sure you get your calorie reduction that way. And you keep doing that. Every time you lose a pound, then you multiply the weight. So if you were 150, you lost a pound, you're 149, then you'll do 149 times 13, so on and so forth. And that's how you'll do it every single week. You gotta adjust the numbers every single week in order for you to be consistent. A lot of people will start their diet and they'll do it the wrong way. They'll just cut out like everything, right? First thing is carbs. Oh, I don't want to eat carbs. Carbs are the devil. I was just paying attention to my wife's comments. Do you take breaks to recharge creatively? Where are you coming up with these questions? Wait, are you getting these questions from ChatGPT? Are you sure? I think you might be getting these questions from ChatGPT. These are pretty cool questions. All right, let me focus. What do I do to take breaks to recharge creatively? I sleep. That's it. I don't need to take any breaks now that I'm doing this. I love this. I love what I'm doing here. Like, no stress. I don't have to meet a deadline. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't have to be anywhere. Like, who's better than me? Alhamdulillah. 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 For sure. My wife is teaching me Arabic. All right, getting back to what I'm saying, because I lose focus. So getting back to what I was trying to tell you guys.
Kevin, where are you? Kevin!
Hey, what's going on?
So a lot of people make mistakes, man. A lot of people tend to go in hard January 1st. They go to the gym, they overdo it, and they can't sustain it. Life is too hard. It is way too hard for you to sustain the type of diet that you're doing. Like not having carbs is just crazy. It's a crazy idea. Like, how do you train? Your muscles need glycogen. They need the water, you know, for you to be able to train hard, right? Get a pump. Don't do that. That's the first thing you don't do. What I would do is I would limit I would just take, all right, what's bad, right? I wouldn't change my diet. I would just say, all right, what can I limit? What can I take out in increments where I'm not going to really miss it that much, right? Because to lose weight, all you got to do is either move more or just reduce the calories. Don't change your diet just yet. Like if you're just starting, Don't change your diet. Don't download any bodybuilder's diet plan or fitness diet plan. It's just not going to work. It's just too monotonous. Like, you have a life, you have children, you know, you're married, or, you know, who can meal prep 5 meals a day, right? Like, that's crazy. In the beginning, you're psyched up, you're amped up, but then after that, it's just like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. Or you get tired of doing it. So continue doing what you're doing. Eat and continue doing what you're doing. All you got to do is limit what you're consuming. And you could, like I said, you can do it a couple of ways. You can do it by moving more, walking, which is the best. I think walking is the best cardio ever. You can walk an hour a day, 45 minutes a day. Definitely have an Apple Watch or some sort of step counter so you can track your steps. You can see how many calories you burned. And that's it. I wouldn't take out anything if you don't have time to do any cardio. Like, if you don't have time to be in a gym for an hour just to walk, and your job is sedentary, like you're at a desk all day, you're not moving, I would start maybe by limiting 250 calories a day. And that's literally a cup of Starbucks, a medium freaking caramel macchiato. Like, just take that out. 250 calories is nothing. Yeah, so I would definitely start like that, real slow. 250 calorie deduction every single day. Until you get used to it and you're brave enough to up that to 500 calories a day. And what I mean by that is a 500 calorie deduction. Start off with 250. You could even start off with 200. The weight's not going to come off as fast, right? But you can start off with 200. I say 250. Why? Because in 2 weeks, you'll lose a pound of fat. And the slower you lose the weight, the better it is for you. The more muscle you retain, the better you'll feel. It's not such a shock for you, you know?
That's what I did with my postpartum.
What'd you do?
Just slow reduction.
Yeah.
And I felt great. I was like 140, and then now I'm like 116.
Not bad. And you look great. And I'm not just saying it because I'm your husband. You know, I'll tell you the truth. Oh yeah, my daughter's doing pretty fantastic. She pretty surprised that she's sleeping throughout the night at 4 months. Very surprised that she hasn't gotten sick yet. Alhamdulillah. You know? Very surprised. Partly, I think the reason is because she's breastfeeding, you know, all day. You know, she's getting that good milk, you know.
Literally all day she's on me.
Yeah. No, she's on you all day. But like I said, I haven't gotten sick yet, which, you know, babies tend to get sick, you know. So very thankful for that. For sure. Definitely very thankful for that. That's partly one of the reasons why I stopped training, because I just couldn't keep up with the sleep. Sleep was kind of crazy. Even though my wife, you know, had it, she was doing it all, but I would just wake up because I couldn't hear her crying and not wake up, you know. Yeah. She's not a crybaby, for sure. Those chickens better lay eggs. After 1 year, I might just have to let them loose. Figure it out. We bought some chickens. 12 of them, actually 13. Well, we had 13. We let them loose outside and back. And it looked like we had one male. A hawk came down and just swooped him up and got him. What was his name? What we used to call him? Light skin. Oh, we used to call him light skin because he was the lightest one out of the group. And my neighbor called me and he was like, "Bro, I think a hawk just got one of your chickens." I was like, damn. When I went outside to check, I saw the hawk just picking out the feathers. There's feathers flying all over the place. Feathers all over. I was like, what is going on? I ran inside to get my gun. By the time I came back, he flew away with the chicken in his mouth, and with his talons. What a mess. So now we got 12. And we got 11. Oh, right. One ran away, never came back. We had 13. One ran away, got out of the coop, never came back. He was coyote food. Coyote or fox or something. Never came back. Done deal. They just want to be free. So we got the chickens because, we want fresh eggs. We keep hearing how delicious they are, how, beneficial they are for you. So we initially bought 13 Rhode Island Reds. It's supposed to be cold hardy, the whole nine. Egg layers, cold hardy, the whole nine, man. Yeah, these chickens have not produced any eggs yet, and they're big as hell. All they're doing is eating our food. And it's a lot of work to maintain them. They better produce some eggs. By the time the spring comes, if I don't see one egg in there, they're gonna be hawk food. What? I'm not killing no chicken. Definitely not killing the chicken. Yeah, like I just found out today that my wife was giving them chicken. I'm like, why would you do that? That's cannibalism. Like, that's disgusting. There's so many other things we could feed our chickens. Like, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. Like, I get it. If they want to eat their own eggs when they hatch, I heard, we read that they do that. That's fine, but we're not going to make chicken and then feed it to them. That's just doesn't seem right. I don't know where you're coming up with these questions, but they're pretty good. How do you fix mistakes without ruining a piece? It's kind of hard to ruin a piece. Like, it's pretty forgiving. Graphite is pretty forgiving. You could erase it. You know what I mean? don't know, maybe. The question was, would I ever do a tutorial? I feel like this is a tutorial. You know what I mean? Can't wait. She said I'm gonna love the salmon. That means she's making it with tender love and care. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so get back into the topic of like losing weight and all that, right? You know, I think having a realistic approach is super important, because I'm just telling you, man, it's most people don't do well because the things that they're doing are just unrealistic. What they're eating and how they're training, just unrealistic. No, I'm not a personal trainer. Don't have any licenses or anything like that. I just have experience. I have experience with failing, and I've attacked every single diet you could possibly imagine. And as far as I'm concerned, man, it's all BS, man. It really all depends on you. You know, what your body type, you know, is it adaptable to certain types of foods, and you really got to experiment, you know, honestly. There is no one diet fits all. The only thing that is kind of universal would be the amount of protein you would need, like, per body pound, like 1 gram, minimum 1 gram of protein per body pound. That's like pretty universal. You'll never go wrong with that. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Cheekbones are coming in. Lips are looking great. I like it. What's the question? How do I find inspiration when I'm in a creative slump? It really, I can't really answer that right now because I'm not in a creative slump. I just started doing this, I mean, when I was doing photography, I would get into these creative funks all the time, and partly because of the fact that it's kind of hard to be original, And so, because we're so used to, seeing things, it's just at our fingertips. It's like constant visual stimulation every second, every moment of the day. Imagine that. Imagine your eyes just seeing every single image known to man, right? And the best images would be, you know, obviously they would just get a lot of attention, and then you would see it. People would try to recreate it. And then afterwards, it's like, you're done. Like you can try to recreate it, but it's already been done before. So for me, it would piss me off because I'm like, what else is there to do? What else is there to do, you know? When everything's been done before, like, what else is there to do? And that would piss me off, man. I would... It's whatever. Yeah, I mean, we definitely created some phenomenal works. I mean, pretty phenomenal. That chapter's over, you know, in my life. I'm no longer there anymore. I'm so far removed from that part of the, you know, of art. I'm just completely done. Like if I'm gonna shoot anything, it would be friends, family, you know what I mean? Where I wanted to take the photography when things started to get like kind of stagnant when we were shooting, I wanted to take it in this like authentic look with just personalities, you know, like because everybody was photoshopping their images and making their skin look like plastic. I wanted to go back to, you know, women looking like themselves, like real, the imperfections. I wanted to see all of the imperfections. The imperfections are, I mean, today it's kind of like it's rare. It's rare when you can see someone that's not perfect. And so I wanted to go back to doing that, and no one was interested. They're like, well, how much do you charge, you know, additional to edit this photo? And I'm just like, I just never wanted to do it. The photo would look so much better unedited than it would when you apply Photoshop to it. No, for sure. I mean, my edits were crazy because I knew how to draw, so I could pretty much make, you know, anyone look perfect, make the skin look perfect without covering the texture. So I can still make you look phenomenal and just make it appear like you just have phenomenal makeup on. Meanwhile, it was all retouched. But I would prefer not to. I wanted to see the dark spots. I wanted to see the smile lines and the frowns and the, you know, the uneven skin. I mean, that's what makes you who you are, you know? But people weren't interested. They were like, oh, hell no. Not today. Besides you, who was the most confident person I worked with? There was, I would say about a handful of people. The majority of the people that I worked with were amateurs, new. You know, they were aspiring models. They liked to take pictures. They weren't models. They just liked to take pictures. They had pretty faces. Maybe they look good in camera and stuff, but you know. Where do I see myself in 5 years? With this? I see myself jacked, number one, in 5 years. Like in 5 years, I'll be 57. I'm gonna be jacked. For sure. You know? Definitely jacked, for sure. Great health, inshallah. Inshallah, for sure. And I don't know. The rest is, if I can be like this, you know, for the next 5 years, this is great. What a great life. What a great life. You know, no stress. She said more kids. Come on now. Stop your craziness. Stop your craziness. When it comes to drawing, 5 years, I think in 5 years, I'm probably gonna be a force to be reckoned with in 5 years. Inshallah, for sure. I would say for sure, I mean, yeah, I'll definitely explore other types of art when I feel like, all right, you know, I did this. All right, let's move on, because that's just the type of person I am. I do get bored rather quickly. Always want to challenge myself. But as far as like right now, like, where do I see myself? And if I can continue doing this, this would be great. No arthritis. You know what I mean? No arthritis in my hands. Asymmetric art. Music is relaxing and artistry 100. Thank you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. You know, from the music, but it's whatever. But yeah, I think in the next 5 years, like I said, jacked to the gills. And I don't mean like, you know, looking like a bodybuilder. I mean like just super in shape, you know. Probably I would say walking around at 10% body fat every day. Like right now I'm a little above 15. Weighed myself this morning, I'm 156 pounds. Feeling pretty good, but I would say I'm a little above 15. But at 10% body fat, that's where I want to be at all year round. And it's not that hard to do. But once you get there, I think it's pretty easy to manage. You can help me get there with delicious meals? Oh, yeah? You want to cook? You want to start a YouTube channel and cook? If you don't, well, that doesn't make any sense. If you don't like cooking, why would you start a channel? Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you want to start a channel in 2025, that would sound fantastic, especially if it has something to do with cooking. I say do it. Can't go wrong. Knock yourself out. It's not like we don't have the equipment. Oh, like breads with steak inside of them? Like the samsas? Yeah, I like that. Samsas are a Uzbek dish. It's an Uzbek dish, right? Yeah, so samsa is a Uzbek dish, and it's kind of like a meat patty. But the way they make the bread is amazing. And it's got like steak inside. It's just amazing. Oh, every time I go to the in-laws, that's what if they ask what do we want, that's what I want. Samsa. Right or wrong? Fortified. Okay. You see how tedious it is to continue working on this part of the cheek, because the blending process just takes forever. If you want to get it right, it takes forever, man. You just got to keep on doing it. It's pretty good. It's looking pretty good so far. Yeah, so all the unevenness and stuff like I said, this is just the first draft. You know, when you're laying down the graphite and, you know, you're trying to contour the face just by shading and stuff like that. This is the first draft. like once the face comes to life, and then after that you go in with the fine graphite pencil and you start blending in and you try to eliminate all the lines and you try to make it look as smooth and as realistic as possible. You can go even further and you can start doing pause, and it can get crazy. I mean, you can be here for 100 hours minimum, easy 100 hours, depending on how big the portrait, depending on how detailed you can get. But I'm not going to get that crazy because this model here has beautiful skin, and so it's not going to get that nuts, not that crazy. Do I want you to air fry at 400, 450? Yeah, I'd like, try 450 so that way it can be a little bit crispy on the top. I like that. Crispy on the top, soft on the inside. I love the salmon like that. I love my salmon like that. What time is it now? 9:27. Yeah, because I'll be finished that within the next half hour. Thank you, baby. So what do you guys think about the CEO who was murdered in Manhattan? See a lot of conspiracy theorists out there already going nuts. Yeah, it's he was the CEO of the United Health insurance company. And I read a little bit about the company not doing well. They had some ransom threats over the past couple of years. Over the past couple of years, they had some ransom threats. I don't know how an insurance company would have ransom threats, but yeah. And then obviously, I forget the words that he used, but he wrote some words on the shell casing of the round of the bullet. He wrote some, I forget what it was. It's 3 words. A guy like that is just a lunatic. I don't know if you guys, a lot of you guys obviously don't know this, but I'm retired from the New York City Police Department. And I was a detective for a very long time. I was also a supervisor in the detective squad. When I retired from the detective squad. And I actually worked in the precinct, which is called Midtown North, where the homicide took place. I was a sergeant there. I was a patrol sergeant at the time, back in 2007. And the homicide squad, I was a detective prior to that, and then I got promoted and I went to Midtown North. So whenever something like this happens in a high profile precinct like that, trust me when I tell you, all hands on deck. And it's good and it's bad. It's got its pros and its cons, because they're probably, getting help from every precinct in Manhattan because of the high profile nature of this homicide. It's not like it was just some random shooting between 2 thugs or 2 drug dealers or whatever, or a robbery gone bad. But for something like this, that garners so much attention from the media, they're going to have like every command come and assist and help in canvassing for video and all that stuff. So when I first heard about it, I was like, kind of sloppy, right? I mean, if it was a hit, the first shot's not going to be in the leg, right? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. 2 to the head, or 1 to the head, 1 tap to the head, 1 tap to the butt, to the chest. I don't know. There's so many other ways that they could have taken this person out. To me, it just speaks amateur from the very beginning. Like some deranged individual who's angry, probably rightfully so, right? Angry about something, and decided he was going to do it, right? And then, obviously the updates today came out that he was at a Starbucks or whatever, and he bought a bottle of water and then threw the bottle of water inside the garbage can. Like, that's all amateur stuff, But it's just a matter of time. I don't even know if they got him or not, but maybe they did already get him. I don't know. But they already know who it is, I'm sure. Like New York City, especially in Times Square, there's so much video. There's video on top of video on top of video in that area. And it's been like that for 15 years. It's next to impossible to get away with a crime like that in Times Square. It's next to impossible. There's no way you're getting away with it. And so I'm sure, I'm sure they already know who it is. But yeah, where it gets a little bit funky, in a large scale investigation like that is the outside help that you get from your neighboring precincts. The detectives that come in, you'll have a supervisor that will like give assignments to detectives to go canvas for video, right? To go see, listen, I want 25 detectives and your job specifically is to go look for video. Get whatever video you can, pull it, and then bring it back, right? Then you have another, let's just say, I don't know, 15 or 10 detectives that are out there just interviewing people, canvassing people, just trying to see if anybody saw anything. And there's stores literally on every block, right? There's a million people out there. So, when you have detectives coming from neighboring precincts, these guys got work to do themselves. So they're leaving their work to come assist you in your case. To me, like, do you honestly think that they're going to do a good job? Do you think that they would ask the right questions and put as much effort into this canvas or this interview as you would? And some would, but there's a lot that don't. There's a lot that would be pissed off that they have to be reassigned to Midtown North to come help you with your investigation. And so I used to hate that. Big cases like this, I used to hate that. And I used to hate it because the detective who was assigned to the case would ultimately have to do it all over again anyway. Go out and do another canvas. You'll do 2 or 3 canvases. And all because they're not asking the right questions. So hopefully that's not happening with this case, but it definitely does happen. But yeah, sometimes like when stuff like this happens, I do get like a little antsy, and I'm like, man, I wish I could work that case, but I don't miss it. I don't miss the job. I've been retired for 10 years. I retired back in 2014, but I don't miss it because of the politics, but I do miss the camaraderie amongst the detectives and the supervisors. I miss the chase, that sort of thing, but the politics, I don't miss it at all, not one bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they catch this guy tonight. The NYPD don't play. They definitely don't play. Not when it comes to investigations like this.
And now we meet the new Reese's Big.
Come on. Yeah, my guess would be that this guy was angry at something the company did. My other guess is that he probably wasn't acting alone, because he waited at the right time, right moment to come out, and dump 2 rounds into him. So who was he Who was he operating with, right? That's my question. That would be my question. Who was his partner? No, I don't think he was an angry employee. I don't think that was the case. Because apparently this CEO got death threats a few days before. Yeah. Nah, honestly, they probably did go into detail about it, but I didn't watch the full thing. I just saw a small clip. Well, he took it lightly. He didn't take that death threat serious enough. He should have. You know, the question is, what did he do? You know? What did he do to deserve that? These cases, like these high profile cases like this, it would take days upon days, man. To just, you know, I mean, sometimes you can be there for 48 hours straight, 36 hours straight. You take a shower in the precinct, you know, have some coffee, and get right back at it. Wouldn't even go home. That was a cash cow. Talk about the overtime. The overtime was crazy. Don't really like the positioning of maybe the light above me, because it's with the graphite, I could see the shine. You know what I mean? Like when you press too hard on it, you can see the shine to it, and it's very distracting. I gotta reposition that another way. For sure. All right, how we looking? How we looking? I say so far so good. Oh, that smells great. What'd you just put in there? Garlic? Nice. Please don't give me a strike, whatever channel this is. Let me shout this channel out. This is the, what is this? Lonely Star. Come on, man, I follow you. I love your channel, man. I love your channel. I have it on all the time. Don't give me a strike. Oh, yeah. Would who hear that? The channel? Nah. I mean, it's not going to affect me. I don't have any followers, so it's not like I'm getting millions of views on this. You know. You know what I mean? I'm not getting millions of views, and so it's not like. I am a nobody. All right, that's looking pretty good, man. I like it. Thank you, baby. Trying to get in my basket. You trying to get in my basket or something, baby? Well, I'm nobody on social media, for sure. That's all right. Undiscovered talent. I think we're gonna leave it here for today. 9:50. I think we're gonna call it, because now I am ready to start the eyes, and this is when it's gonna start to get good. Once the eyes come in, man, forget it. It's just gonna start to look crazy. So it's my favorite feature to draw, like the eyes. I love it. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here and call it, because that garlic that's in the pan right now being sauteed with butter. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. But I do appreciate you guys, any of you that, you know, tuned in and then tuned out, tuned in or whatever. I appreciate you. Trust me, I have a good feeling that the channel's gonna grow. It's gonna grow, and it's gonna be good. And the type of work that I'm gonna produce is gonna be next level. All right, the name Next Level Fierce is not next level for no reason, but it's gonna be insane. I guarantee you. This is my 12th portrait. My 12th portrait. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. My skills are definitely gonna grow. It's gonna. Yeah. I guarantee you, this is just the beginning. Okay? So for those that tuned in, I appreciate you, man. Come back tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's Friday. Yes, tomorrow is Friday. I think I might do a live tomorrow. It depends. We'll see what happens. If you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you'll know because I'll just post it. I'll post it in my story if I'm gonna go live. All right. With that being said, fellas, ladies, children, whoever's watching, I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. And tune in, all right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, please. If you watched it, subscribe, all right? I'll see you on the next one.